Good evening, everybody. My name is Jeff Ashby, and it is such a pleasure of mine to invite you here with let's see. Go ahead. All right. To allow you here with me and Dr. Prasad as we talk about the significance of the core 4 products. But before we get underway, it is extremely important that we protect ourselves from a legal standpoint. And we do that by pulling up the disclaimer. I'm going to go ahead and just bring that up onto the screen here with me. And I will read it so that we are all protected. These statements and comments have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This information is solely for educational purposes only and includes recent advances in research on micronutrients. Engage, the micronutrient company, does not claim that our products diagnose, treat, cure, heal, or prevent any disease or injury. However, Engage's products are formulated to address nutritional deficiencies and supply the body with the required nutrients. It's important to note that nothing here is meant to be a substitute for professional medical treatment or consultation with your primary healthcare provider. So that having been stated, those of you that were on earlier, you know that we're here still in Las Vegas. I'm broadcasting live here from our van. It seems incredible to think that just 2 days ago, Dr. Prasad was here with us and we were celebrating his birthday. Last night, as a lot of people flew out of Vegas and left on Tuesday, I had an opportunity to ride out towards Lake Las Vegas, and this was the scene last night. As I was out on my one wheel, just enjoying the sunset, such an incredible time in the year and in the history of what's going on around us with these incredible micronutrient products. What we have here, before I pull Dr. Prasad up, I would like to go to our new science booklet and pull this up. This is the man behind MicroDaily. If you want to follow along with me, you can see here it says Dr. Prasad's 250 plus articles. We really need to change that out already. It's over 300 articles have been reviewed by his peers, including his mentor, Nobel laureate Linus Pauling, and have been published in numerous prestigious health journals. For a perspective, most scientists publish many fewer articles in their careers. He has written 33 books in the areas of nutrition and cancer, as well as nutrition and neurological diseases, particularly Alzheimer's disease, Parkinson's disease, and concussions. With the legalization of CBD, he has researched over 500 publications on CBD and is now considered to be one of the world's foremost experts on CBD. So it is just my pleasure here tonight, Wednesday night, that we have an opportunity to pull up Dr. Kedar Prasad and have him go along with me and talk about our core 4 products. In fact, what Dr. Prasad shared with us on Monday is that he and David Nemelka, the owner, are filing paperwork to patent this core 4. In fact, I'm going to just replace my picture with the significance of the core 4 here, Dr. Prasad. And that was amazing. Maybe you can give us a little more background as to why you feel it's important and why you want to seek a patent on the combination of all 4 of these products. Go ahead.
Thank you, Jeff. First, I want to again thank Corleen and Dr. Piccola for organizing my birthday card opening events. And as I was surprised that Corleen has prepared such a big statement about my achievement, and she's going to send me. You must have seen, many of you have not seen it, but it was a beautiful description what I have accomplished and the way she wrote it. And I will put that in on my wall. It is a huge kind of a picture, but it was very beautiful. And also I want to express my appreciation to Linda, who wrote such a beautiful poetry about me. And these things, I never expected one. But again, I thank them. And I hope that anytime they need my help or any kind of assistance, I will be always there for all of you, including them. And so with that statement now I will tell you core 4. The core 4, as you see that micro daily EMF is the first one, and because this is very important. And the reason is that first you have to know why your body deteriorates as you grow older. What are the cellular changes in your body that makes it possible that you, while you are aging, you develop all kind of health issue? And the reason is that your body has started producing, because of your poor diet, exposure to the environment that you, many times you don't have a control, lifestyle changes. Because of all these events, then your body has started producing more free radicals. And when your free radicals are produced so much that they overtake the body's own antioxidant defense system, then we call them oxidative stress. And so oxidative stress, when it damages tissue, and if they can't repair it, then chronic inflammation sets in motion. And chronic inflammation is also producing additional free radicals and other toxic chemicals, including pro-inflammatory cytokines. So a combination of both are the major factors why you suffer various kind of health issues as you grow older. So micro daily is one of the products that can reduce or neutralize the free radicals, reduce oxidative stress, reduce inflammation. And if your body has reduced level of these two dangerous molecules, then you feel better. You grow older and with quality of life. And so that's very important to remember. One major issue is how to reduce oxidative stress and inflammation in your body, because if you don't do it, then they can lead to varieties of health issues that you know that. The second one that is so this is one issue. Second issue is that as you grow older with or without disease, the composition of bacteria, which are normally present in your gut in billions or trillions, and so what happens as you grow older with or without disease, the composition of bacteria changes in favor of a toxic bacteria. Generally, when you are younger, then they have always beneficial bacteria more than the toxic bacteria. But as you grow older, the composition gradually started shifting. And when you have, and that we call intestinal dysbiosis, means there is some abnormality in the bacteria. And so when I will use the word intestinal dysbiosis, that means the number of harmful bacteria have increased in your intestine. And then it looks like in almost all diseases that you can think of, and have been published a lot of work in each diseases, they always have, including cancer, they always have a intestinal dysbiosis in Parkinson's disease, in Alzheimer, in any disease you name it, in diabetes, and so on. So in all cases, it is the case. And so the question is, nowadays, if you just take micro daily and you don't worry about it, you will have some benefit, no question about it, because it will increase oxidative stress. But does not change the intestinal dysbiosis, does not reverse it. So you will get not a maximum advantage, you will get some value, but not the maximum one. So, but when you combine with, for example, then the question is how to reverse it. One and only way you can reverse it, if you take a probiotics with prebiotics that we have, as you can see in a what is the kind of greeny bottle. And so prebiotics is actually, here it is this, You can see that prebiotics is a green bottle there, and so it is must. So once you correct it, then not only that you feel healthy and your gut feel healthy, and if the gut is healthy, then it is absorbed, everything is better, and you feel better because there is no more toxic bacteria. So it is important to maintain your gut health. Then any kind of treatment that you are getting for a disease, prescription drug or non-prescription drug, they will be more effective if you have intestinal dysbiosis reversed with prebiotics, probiotics with prebiotics, because there have been cases in some diseases, if they have taking, say, prescription medication, the effectiveness is not as high without correcting the intestinal dysbiosis. So their effectiveness becomes reduced. So it is extremely important that you have the intestinal dysbiosis reversed by taking every day probiotics with prebiotics. So this is very important for your health, because if you don't eat, the harmful bacteria produces a lot of toxic chemicals, including pro-inflammatory cytokines that can gradually damage your all organ. So people ignore it. That's why I think, unfortunately, because physicians are not trained with, I'm not criticizing them, I'm simply saying they are not aware of, and that anytime they treat this disease is effective, prolong quality of life. But if they would have also considered the correcting or reversing the intestinal dysbiosis, the effectiveness of any kind of medication you are taking would be much more better than otherwise. So that's very important to remember. The third thing is collagen peptides. As you know, collagen peptide, we have received patent for that already. Here is collagen peptide. You can see the big jar there, red one, and collagen peptides. And our collagen peptides is unique. And the reason collagen peptide is very important for your health, because as you grow older, the collagen start getting reduced. Level of collagen from your body is reduced. Remember that the collagen represents 30%, 30% of your total body protein is collagen. That means collagen is present not only in the skin, but also in heart, in brain, kidney. All organs have it. And one of the major functions of collagen is not only to maintain a good skin textures and healthy looking, younger looking, but it has also important function is that it maintains the structural integrity of all organs. And if you lose it, for example, you can observe if you are losing collagen from your skin because it becomes so, wrinkled and dry, and so you can observe it while you are aging. But you don't observe what is going on of the structure of the heart or brain because you can't see it. But they have demonstrated it by sophisticated method that when you lose from the skin, then organ try to shrinking a little bit. And when that happens, their function gets reduced. And so this is very important to remember it. So the question is why you are losing it, but the enzyme is called collagenase enzyme that is responsible for destroying or degrading or reducing the level of collagen from your body. And as you grow older, the activity of the enzyme increases. And when that increases, collagen goes down gradually. And then you can observe in your skin. So the question is how you reverse that loss of collagen at any stage of your life. Is the collagen peptide. It is a $1 billion industry, I was told. And the collagen peptides, when they give it, then the skin becomes smoother, wrinkle is gone away, and so you look younger. That was the main purpose in the beginning for the collagen peptides. And But while I was doing research, I discovered many other functions instead of looking young, which is very important. And our product is better than anyone's in the marketplace because we have added the inhibitor of collagenase, which degrades your collagen. So if your new collagen are formed and there are inhibitors there, that means collagenase is less active, and therefore you can maintain higher level of collagen in your body for longer period of time. So this is very important distinction between commercially, which don't have an enzyme inhibitor, and therefore their effectiveness lasts not for a long time. And so that's one function. The other one is that collagen peptides also, what happens in, for example, diabetes type 2, as the disease progresses, the secretion of insulin and insulin decreases from the pancreas to the blood. If you don't have enough insulin, you can't use glucose, and then, as you know, the glucose will accumulate in the system. And so what collagen peptide does, it improves the secretion of insulin from the pancreas to the blood, so they can use they can transport the glucose inside the cell, and you can feel more energy, and the diabetes situation will improve. So that's another very important function of collagen peptide. And as a matter of fact, there was a clinical study in human. First, it is non-toxic, as you know. It is a protein fragment, so it is non-toxic. The people who had a diabetes, that they were on many medication, some of them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, they were taking it. So this clinician divided the group in two groups. One group continued to take the medication, what they have been taking. Another group also continued to take medication, but they added a collagen peptides. So one group got just the medication, another group got the medication who they were taking already, and added the collagen peptides. And when after 90 days, they analyzed the data and found that this group, which had just the medication, their fasting glucose was 125. But so that means it was working, at least reduced. But when they had it together, group that was both collagen peptides plus medication, they dropped to 100. So that was further improvement. A1C level was in the drug group, medication group was 6.5, and which was good because of the drug, but combination group become 5.5. So again, insulin sensitivity also increased in the combination group. So that shows that collagen peptide has an important role in improving the effectiveness, even if your drug. And if your effectiveness is improving, your doctors may decide to reduce the dose of the medication they are giving you. So this, again, this function of collagen peptides, many people don't realize it. Another function of collagen peptide that people are not aware of, and we have published a paper on this, and think I promised that I will send to Dr. Piccola, and I have already sent to Dr. Coraline. And so another function is that when they did the Alzheimer patient, they looked the brain has some shrinkage, and of course they have memory loss. So they put them just on a collagen peptides, nothing else, collagen peptides, again, for 90 days. And they found majority, and they were using a PET scan. As you know, PET scan is a diagnostic tool that you can look the brain, the structure of the brain. So they found that there was, the group who was taking the collagen peptides, the structure of the brain improved. Shrinkage was much less improved in only 90 days. In addition to that, cognitive function was also improved with collagen peptides. So initially that people were taking And that's why the patent, we are going to have one, because the collagen peptides, how it can improve not only diabetes in one case, and also Alzheimer on the other case. It is very important. So this is another function of collagen peptides that people are not aware of, and therefore my job is to publish paper, which I did, and educate people on this issue. Because suppose if you don't add, if you are just taking, say, microdaily EMF, will do some good. If you take care of this intestinal dysbiosis with probiotics and with prebiotics, it will all further improve. But suppose if you don't collagen peptides, well, then you will look older, even though you are healthier, but you look healthier because of changes in your skin. And you don't realize it, but changes is occurring also in the brain and heart and intestine, and function will deteriorate gradually. And so it is very important to have a normal level, or at least the loss of collagen is restored by collagen peptides. So this is very important. That's why we don't know. Only place we say don't take collagen peptide is cancer. Cancer people, if you have a cancer, don't take collagen peptide. Why? Because generally, whatever your immune system, if you develop cancer, for your immune system, it is a foreign object. And when there is a foreign object, they send a cell-killing lymphocytes, tumor cell-killing lymphocytes. And so a certain amount of cancer are killed routinely. But what collagen peptide does is blocks the entry of cell-killing lymphocytes into the tumor area. So one of the benefit was gone. And so that's why we don't say, if you have a cancer, active cancer or treatment, don't take collagen peptides until you are fully recovered for 5 years and there is no trace of cancer. Then you can take collagen peptides, but not before that. And then the fourth one is the omega-3. Omega-3 is also, it is considered a absolutely essential. You can see collagen, blue color bottle, collagen peptide is absolutely essential fatty acid that your body does not make it. So you are fully rely on diet. And if you are a fish, and the richest source of collagen, not collagen, but omega-3 is the fish. Now also, you have to remember, if you like salmon, but if you have a salmon from wild sources, they have a very high level of omega-3. And but if the salmon has grown in a laboratory or in a farm, then they don't have very much. So you have to, when you buy, make sure you are buying a wild type, not farm raised salmon. And what collagen peptide, why it is so important? Because 40% of the fatty acid in the brain is omega-3 fatty acids, 40%. So brain is a lot of membranous structures in the brain, and all membrane require this omega. So omega is very, very important for improving not only your overall health, but also for brain, for your heart. These two are a major problem that people face as you grow older. And so it is very important that you have a sufficient amount of omega-3 in your system. And one way you can have it, by supplement, because diet that you take, suppose you take a vegetable, they had what is called alpha ALA, and the conversion of alpha ALA to omega is very, very slow. And so eventually you get some benefit. But if you want an optimal benefit, then you take everyday fish, or you take a supplement. It's very non-toxic. You can't go wrong in this case. And so this is very important function of the brain, the omega. Another function that was not many people still knows about it is the following. in the brain as well as in a peripheral tissue, when they become insulin resistance, that means your body cannot use glucose, and then you develop all diabetic-related complications, neuropathy, and eye damage, kidney damage, peripheral neuropathy, and retinopathy. And so this kind of damage occurs, and finally, many people go through amputation of their limbs. That's very dangerous. So the question is, once you develop insulin resistance, say for example, in case of a diabetes, then if you are taking, suppose, omega-3 fatty acid, the way insulin works for glucose metabolism so that your glucose do not accumulate in your blood is insulin is secreted from the pancreas to the blood, then goes to the cell, also every cell. And they have an insulin receptor on the membrane of the cell. So they binds it. Insulin will bind with the insulin receptor on the membrane, outer cell membrane. And then when that happens, there is another molecule which is linked with the receptor, is called AKT. It is also called protein kinase B. AKT get activated. When AKT get activated, it sends a message to glucose transporter 4, which is lying in the cytoplasm of the cell. They get the message that you have to go to the cell surface membrane. So they migrate from the cytoplasm to the cell membrane. And when they go there, then they allow the entry of the glucose inside the cell, and then they use for energy. Without that, you can't have energy. So in case you develop insulin resistance, and you are taking say, for example, omega-3, they can do the job what insulin was doing by directly activating AKT. And so what that is, it doesn't make difference whether insulin receptor is damaged or not working, but main thing is AKT, activation of AKT. And that's amazing. I found out while doing the research, I didn't know myself that it can have that kind of function. So you can see that it has a function. And also sometimes in brain, glucose is extremely important for generating energy. Brain also has a insulin produce receptor, insulin receptor, AKT, they're all there normally. And just like peripheral tissue. But what happens, they also, if you have brain has a high oxidative damage, they will damage the receptor of insulin. Now insulin cannot work. So they develop insulin resistance. And if you develop insulin resistance, and if glucose is not being used to generate energy, they can develop all kinds of neurological diseases. So again, when you are taking the omega-3, it can again activate directly AKT molecule, then sends the message to glucose transporter 4, or we call it GLUT4, to the membrane, and that allows the glucose to enter into the cell. So you can see that so you can't achieve all this goal to a maximum benefit for your health if you are just taking macro daily. It will do some good, or you say some people just take the probiotics. But so you have to correct all those things so your body has enough resources to take care of any kind of health issue that arise, and then they can prevent it. So that's going to be patent, that core 4, how it is, each component is so important for optimizing the prevention as well as the treatment of the disease, improving whatever you are getting from medication, from the doctors, it will further improve their effectiveness. And so this is the main purpose of core 4 that we are talking about it. And again, another thing that we want to mention, make sure, the digestive boost, especially if you grow older, it is outside the 4 core, but it is also in a what you call in a patent. I will make sure I mention that. Is that as you grow older, your for example, your digestive enzyme is produced in the intestine, in the stomach, in pancreas, that, and so when you grow older, their capacity to produce sufficient amount of digestive enzyme, and that can lead to indigestions. Yes, that can lead to indigestion, constipations, and bloating and gas and so on and so forth. There's a lot of problem, especially for as you grow older people. And so that's why we develop digestive enzyme. And if you take a digestive enzyme, they will very nicely, they digest the protein, carbohydrate, both simple and complex carbohydrate, and fat. Not only that, we also added, many people, as you know, have a lactose intolerance. They can't enjoy ice cream, they can't eat cheese because they are very intolerant genetically. The enzyme which degrades lactose is not there. So in our digestive enzyme, we have added a lactase enzyme that breaks down to lactose so you can enjoy ice cream or any kind of milk product.
Well,
I'll be glad to answer any question that we have.
Thank you, Dr. Prasad. And I'm saying we, being here in Las Vegas, just today for lunch, we were at one of the big buffets, and I was able to have ice cream. I was able to have the German chocolate cake with coconut pecan frosting. I was able to have these things that would normally really kind of give me some fits, kind of upset my stomach. And so you're right. This is absolutely amazing. What I'm going to do is, though, pull the core 4 back up, because that is significant to what we're talking about tonight. And I'm going to just read the little paragraph and see if it doesn't pull in everything that you have just shared with us. So I'm going to pull it up here on the screen. It says Dr. Prasad's Core 4 bundle offers comprehensive approach to wellness, targeting cellular, gut, skin, and heart health. The combination of microdaily EMF, probiotic daily, collagen daily, and omega-3 daily ensures that your health is taken care of from all angles. From boosting immunity and improving brain function to promoting gut health, revitalizing skin, and supporting the healthy heart, the bundle has it all.
Perfectly done.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Whosoever done it is perfectly done. Who did it? That's beautiful. This is again, nobody can complain. FDA cannot complain about it.
No,
It's
no.
perfectly done.
You are approaching that health. You're adding the information that you have studied, that you have acquired over a lifetime, and you put it into a form that is usable for everybody. That core 4, if you were to get back to the individual who invited you onto this call and have them help you place an order for it, you will realize a savings. And that savings is almost a buy 3 products and get the 4th one free. That's how much you will be saving. It's either $199 or $204, depending upon whether you get the hydro version of the microdaily EMF or the capsule version.
Yes.
So if you take that cost and look at it as an investment in your health. Take 30 days in a month and divide that into it. And even if it means taking one of your 3 meals a day and reducing the cost that you're spending on it, maybe only eat twice a day, but have the value of that meal that you have skipped go into the investment in your health, your body is truly going to be nourished. You're going to be fed at the cellular level, and look at that, for about the same price as a cup of Starbucks coffee, around a little over $6 a day. You could take advantage of what Dr. Prasad has just taken the last 30 minutes and gone through with for our bodies. So it is amazing. I'm seeing people in there Bernard is saying I'm bragging about Vegas and all of the the excitement that we've had. And Elizabeth is saying a great introduction to all the products. Bernard says 317 cost. You're getting 25% discount to 237, and the company is giving in another $34 to make it $203.99 or $204 for the Core 4 bundle with the Hydro version. And what a fantastic way to go and take care of our health. So
Jeff,
thank you. Yes, Dr. Roberts.
I have a message from Diane, and she says, Dr. Prasad, I'm a 73-year woman and had a swelling in my left foot. Went to the doctor and they prescribed compression socks that cost $85 to $130 a pair. I'm not interested in wearing compression socks for the rest of my life. Will this really help me?
Well, I mean, again, I always say that you try for 90 days and they can't predict because there is no human trial on this issue. And so, and if it helps you, continue. If it don't help you, then don't continue.
Good
And
advice.
always, if you are under doctor care, you always consult with your doctor. And if they have any question, I will be glad to answer them.
Dr. Prasad, I have one more. And she asked the question, I've just been diagnosed with breast cancer. Have been told as of Tuesday, I will have surgery, chemo, and radiation beginning in February. What do you suggest that I do? Are you saying I cannot take collagen peptide up until then? Or are you saying I can take everything, including the collagen, until after I get over the cancer? What is your prescription? I didn't quite understand, she says.
Yeah, I mean, for cancer patient, first, you don't take any collagen peptide to start. Now, the question is, what else you can take? Then I always recommend that you take a 3 times of preventive dose. In other words, 3 capsule. If you have hydro, I think for them, I will recommend hydro form, 3 in the morning and 3 in the evening. And then take a probiotics. Those 2 are absolutely essential for cancer patient. And when you start surgery, for example, I say take a 1 week before surgery, and then 24 hours before surgery, don't take it. And because some of them have a blood thinner like vitamin E that might affect. So I stop 24 or 48 hours before surgery, and 48 hours after surgery, you can resume taking that. And when you are taking a chemotherapy or radiation, you discuss with your oncologist because you are taking high doses. What oncologists think when they hear the word antioxidant, they think always about the low dose of antioxidant. And low dose of antioxidant, indeed, they fear, and justifiably so, will reduce the effectiveness of chemotherapy or cancer therapy, or chemotherapy or radiation therapy. But if you take a high doses, they work by different way. They actually enhances the effectiveness of chemotherapy and radiation on cancer cell, but not on normal cell. Then why? Because high dose antioxidant has nothing to do with free radical. They simply block 2 nutrients that cancer must have to survive: glucose uptake and glutamine metabolism. And so high dose antioxidant blocks both, block the uptake of glucose and inhibits the both uptake and metabolism glutamine, because both of them are absolutely essential for their survival. So they die of starvation. They don't have anything good to say. So that's many reasons. And these treatment lasts as long as the chemotherapy or radiation lasts. Once it is completed, then you continue for another week or two weeks, for example, and then go back to gradually reduce to a preventive dose, like one in the morning, one in the afternoon.
Wow,
Again,
Thank you, sir. That's all I have, Jeff, on my side.
thank you, Dr. Roberts, and I appreciate you being my co-host here and then catching those questions. We're gonna be closing the call off here. Now, understand that this is what Dr. Prasad was talking about. They are stick packs of the Micro Daily MF, and it just comes like this. You mix this with a bottle of water, and the dose on the side of the box says 1 in the morning and 1 in the evening. So everything is a twice-a-day dose. But when you're dealing with situations that we've just discussed here as it relates to cancer, Dr. Prasad is suggesting that it be 3 times that amount, or a total of 6 of these in a day. So it could be 3 in the morning and 3 at night, or it could be 2 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, and 2 in the evening. So that's what he's talking about when it comes to high doses of micronutrient antioxidants.
And so I think, you know, many patients, our customers who have similar situation, have reported benefit from that, not adverse. But again, oncologists, you must consult your oncologist, because they are always afraid when you take, I'm taking antioxidant, and because they are not aware of this distinction between low and high dose. And so their fear is justified. Most of the people, if they are not knowing about these facts, for example, some other people who are outside our family, then they will just take a multiple vitamin from store someplace. That's dangerous.
Yep. Yeah, and that's what Bernard Dean has just suggested in the chat. Don't put your trust in Walmart or CVE or Walgreens. If you've got Dr. Kedar Prasad, the world's foremost expert on micronutrition and supplementation here available for you, and your doctor has no understanding that you're not going out and just buying anything off of the shelf. And so once he understands Dr. Prasad, once he understands the background, the government through the Department of Defense trusts him, and so should you. Plus, you look at all his contribution to humanity in the form of better health for all of us.
And also that this high-dose antioxidant patent has been issued. And we have not received the number as yet. We will get in a month or so the number, but has been approved.
Yes. Yeah. And so that is significant, you guys. We don't want to be making any medical claims. All we're doing is we're saying that you're going to improve the outcome of any type of cancer or treatment by supporting the body from a nutritional standpoint with high doses, high doses of micronutrient antioxidants. So,
and there are a lot of literature to support this. And as I said, that, you know, if someone wants to know more about it, they can talk to me, your oncologist, for example. But you must make sure that oncologists know what you are doing.
Yes. And that's why even in the disclaimer, we say this is not a substitute for a visit with your primary healthcare physician, whether that be an oncologist or whomever. And
I mean, any doctors, you know, anything we recommend here, you have to inform your primary care doctor that you are doing this. What do you think?
All right, so I'm going to finish with this one. This is a question that was put into the chat. This is from Andrea. She says, I have a non-benign multiple myeloma tumor. Do I stop taking collagen? I have been taking all of the products for 1.5 years with no problem.
Well, you know, I think myeloma is a benign tumor, but it can grow. My recommendation would be, no, don't take collagen, but if you are happy, it is your decision.
Yeah, and I know we have people that have outweighed the consequences of it, and the extra movement, the reduction of the just they're deriving a lot benefit from the
Again, you know,
so they're weighing that out against the
for cancer patient, my recommendation is high dose antioxidant, like we said, and probiotics. Many people don't. I'm just writing right now a review, and I was surprised. that how important intestinal dysbiosis or probiotics is going to be in cancer treatment.
Yeah.
There was a study showing that if in colorectal cancer of colon,
Okay.
that they were getting a standard treatment, and if they did not correct the intestinal biosis, the effectiveness of drug is reduced.
Wow.
Cancer growth then became resistant to the drug. Now
Wow.
you are gone. But so it is very important for cancer patient as well to take probiotics. So if you have to take only 2 products out of 4, out of 3, say for example,
Yeah.
I will say it,
Definitely.
at least during treatment, you take this probiotics with prebiotics and high dose antioxidant, and the what you call fatty acid. You can take it whenever you want to take it. I mean, that has no relevance as far as the cancer is concerned.
Yeah. Well, fantastic. Thank you, Dr. Prasad. What an incredible evening that we've had tonight. We're going to cut it off about right now.
Okay.
Thank you again. It was just an honor to be part of your birthday celebration. And yes,
I thank again, Corleen, Dr. Piccola, and Linda for, when Linda wrote the poetry, I moved. Linda, when she wrote that poetry, I could not believe it, I almost choked.
Yeah, it was very
So,
touching.
and of course, Corleen is super, and he has such a frameable documents about myself, and I don't know how they prepare all those things. But again, thanks all 3 of them. And of course, Jeff, you are the senior most. I thank you and Helen as well, because without you, nothing will happen.
Thank you again, Dr. Prasad.
Thank you, Dr.
We appreciate you being here. Everybody go ahead and open up your cameras and your microphones, and let's
Thank you, Dr. Prasad.
Thank
Thank
you.
you,
Thank
Dr.
you.
Jeff.
Thank you, Dr.
Thank
Prasad,
you.
Jeff,
Thank you.
Nicola.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nicola. Love Jack. Love
Happy
you.
birthday again.
Bye.
And you,
Thank you.
happy birthday.
See you, everybody. Be
Thank
in
you very
Utah,
much.
God
Utah
bless
next
you.
September.
Good
Utah
night.
next September.
Thank you.
September
Have
in
a great
Utah.
day.
You're right. Thanks,
Only
Bernard.
89.
Happy birthday.
I'll
Thank
see you
you.
soon,
Happy
Dr. Prasad.
birthday. Happy belated
Only
birthday.
89.
Dr. Picola.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Hello, hello.
Good night, everybody. Thanks
Love and
again.
appreciate
Night.
all of you.
Bye. Love you, my
Nice
Micro Daily
share,
family.
Shelley. I love that. Love
Thankfully,
that.
my mic with Daily